to the point, just a few minutes, not long tonight. But I want to be able to share some good information with you as we're discussing tonight. Nvidia, man, Nvidia has been a big moneymaker for the Let's Win financial community. Really, anybody that's been investing to Nvidia over the last 3 plus years, even this year alone, I mean, we're up 160%. And so I just want to go over some quick information here with you guys to get you prepared for tomorrow in itself here. And we just gonna kind of move in that regard here. So I want to go ahead here and I'm gonna share my screen and then we're gonna go ahead and get jam packed right here. All right. So Nvidia here, right? This is something that man, look, I've been talking about Nvidia man for since 2021. Guys, first of all, tonight, man, let me just say this, man. My heart, man, is so warm, so feel good. Dr. Francis, man, he been in the hospital. He probably don't want me to say it, but to see this man here, man, on his live tonight, man, I know that God is real, man. So, Doc, good seeing you, brother, man. Doc, been a long-term Let's Win financial member. I think all the way dating back to 2021 when we first got into the video. So, good seeing you, Doc. All right, real quick, guys. Every publicly traded company report numbers every quarter, almost like when you had a report card. Every quarter we got a report card in school, and so Nvidia they are going to be reporting their report card tomorrow. They're going to be showing how has this company been doing the last 3 months here. All right, so we see that it's going to be tomorrow. Now, guys, on May the 22nd, last year, I'm not last year, this year, May 22nd, this year, that was Nvidia's last earnings report that came out. If you guys remember, they announced a 10-to-1 stock split on May the 22nd. I mean, guys, it was big. The stock went up. It's been up 35% since May the 22nd here, right? And it's just been on a strong rhythm from the strong demand in AI. All right. Now, NVIDIA growth from May 2023 to May 2024 in that last quarterly earnings report that it showed right here, right? It resulted in a 262% growth. Guys, that's why NVIDIA has been up. I mean, this how I'm related. That's almost like your salary going from $100,000 to $362,000 in 1 year. That's the amount of growth that Nvidia had when they reported their quarterly earnings report in May of this year. Right, that was the second report. They do 4 reports. Remember, as I mentioned here, they do 4 reports a year. All right, every quarter. So some very important information I want to share here with you is this right here. So Wall Street in itself here, right? I mean, everybody tomorrow will be watching the video after the close tomorrow. All right. Everybody, guys, is going to be watching the video, and it will be doing me highway robbery if I didn't come on tonight and if I didn't tell you guys about to prepare for the video. So 4 o'clock tomorrow p.m. Guys, I am going to be here live again tomorrow. All right. I remember in May, in the second quarter, I was outside on my patio watching the Nvidia quarterly earnings report, and I just remember when they announced a 10-to-1 stock split. I had just told the Let's Win financial community a couple days before that Nvidia could be doing a stock split, and guys, that's what happened. And I literally went crazy because I already knew what time it was. When that stock was splitting, I already knew that Nvidia was going to continue to go up. Now, guys, here's the reason why we really like NVIDIA and why we still like NVIDIA to be in a great position tomorrow. There is a very high expectation for NVIDIA when the earnings report come out tomorrow, and I'm going to show you some numbers on that. But NVIDIA, guys, is continuously to keep building these chips that power artificial intelligence. I want you guys to understand that. So in that particular newsletter that you got, now, I'm not sure if you got it. If you looked at it, billions of dollars on artificial intelligence. If you look at the iPhone 16, which Apple's getting ready to make, that phone is coming out with artificial intelligence built inside of it. All right. If you look at Chat GPT, we don't have Chat GPT without NVIDIA. All right. So it's just these chips, and they're coming out with a new chip called Honeywell. All right. And that's one thing I like about NVIDIA is the president and the CEO continue to be a cutting edge. And a good thing about Nvidia, guys, and while we invested into it, guess what? There ain't no competition. Now it's starting to ramp up, but as far as where Nvidia is at and have somebody really like compete with them on a day-to-day basis, they out there by their own self. You got AMDs, yeah, you got AMDs, you got your Broadcoms, but nobody's not performing to the level of Nvidia, right? So here's what Wall Street is banking on tomorrow here for Nvidia's uh, uh, quarterly earnings. So when it says right here, Wall Street is broadly bullish, that means that they expect for the stock to go up uh, after the earnings report tomorrow. All right. If you look at it, nearly all of the analysts covering the chip giant have a buy or equivalent rating. So they're saying, okay, look, this is a buy. Guys, here's the most important thing right here. And this is the craziest thing to me here, right? The street means consensus price target means a premium a 14% premium to Tuesday's close. All right. So they're saying that it could be a 14, anywhere from a 10 to 14% swing tomorrow, and that stock going up. Now, guys, let me just say this here really quick, and I'm gonna give it. We're gonna go into 8 people that have really benefited off Nvidia. There's a chance, and I just want to give you a warning. There's a chance that Nvidia could go down tomorrow. And there's a chance where if you did not catch NVIDIA on sale, there still might be an opportunity for that. Now, guys, NVIDIA is up over 160% this year. It was up 238% the previous year. In 2022, it was down 50%. In 2021, it was up 125%. So there's going to be periods throughout the year where we're going to have an opportunity to buy it down, but guys, the price target on Nvidia by the end of the year, I mean, it's from 150 to 175 range. And right now we're in like the high 120s. The last time when the quarterly earnings report, when it came out in May, Nvidia stock in itself, this was before the split, was $1,000. That would equivalent to after the post split would have been $100. It's 126, 127, 128 now. All right. But guys, check this out. So I read the Wall Street Journal every morning. And this article came out this weekend on 8 people that benefited early from investing into Nvidia stock. I mean, it invest guys, we got into it 2021. Majority of the people that's when Let's Win financial community first found about Nvidia in November 2021 because I was telling you the top investments to invest in for 2022. But I want to show you before the end of the night, I'm gonna show you how to go into your Fidelity account and when you can see when you first started buying Fidelity. But let me just go and share here, right? This is a nice article right here on Wall Street Journal that I want to share here with you guys, where these 8 people right here, man, they capitalized on being early investors into Nvidia. All right. Now, with this right here, right, this is the Wall Street Journal, and I pay for this particular service here. Nvidia's up 2000 since 2019. All right, so guys, check this out. This guy right here, he from Kentucky. His name is Jim Woods. All right, and he's an orthodontist doctor. But he first heard about Nvidia right here in 1999. And you will see, guys, right here, he decided to invest in Nvidia in 2000. All right. And so you see here he's an orthodontist. So when he invested in Nvidia in 2000, what he did was he put about, you see it right here, he put about $65,000 into Nvidia, which at the time was about 250 shares. The reinvesting, dividends, stock splits, right? That position turned into 124,000 shares. Guys, guess what that $65,000 worth today? $15 million because he bought into Nvidia right here in 2000. All right. Then we're going to scroll down right here. And one good thing I like about this guy right here, if you look at it, guys, remember I told you Nvidia be going up and down, but in the long term, you just hold it. Right here in 2022, Nvidia was down 50%. So he was challenged. He said right here, it's been a hard stock to hold, Wood said. If you're not willing to ride all the ups and downs it has gone through, you would never got to this point. So that's what I was telling you guys on August the 5th when people was panicking. Never change a long-term strategy due to a short-term consequence. The stock also logged a 76% pullback in 2008. You guys remember 2008 when we had a great recession? 2009, President Obama came in January, started signing a lot of those executive orders, turning the country around. And then the 83%, it fell in 2002. All right. But guys, look at this right here. He has never sold any shares, but is considering trimming his position. Here's the key point I want to say tonight, right? He never sold any of his shares, even when there was volatility. And guys, in order for you to create generational wealth, right? You got to hold your investments for a generation. That's how you create generational wealth because you hold these positions. By this guy buying Nvidia in 2000, man, Nvidia was like in cents then per share. I ain't talking about a dollar per share, in cents per share in 2000. And now you're talking about from cents per share to 125 to $130, and you own 124,000 of a share. That's why it's worth $15,000. Just that position alone in the video, not to mention his other investments he got. That's why I be trying to tell you guys, Amazon ain't gonna give you these type of returns when you go in and buy that crap on Amazon that's liabilities. Going to Chipotle and shopping or all this other liabilities that we buy, it ain't giving you these type of returns. All right. So let's go and look at the second person that was in this particular order right here and the returns that they make. All right. So this gentleman right here, he's a college student. All right. This guy right here, he's 25 years old. All right. Mark Haller out of Missouri. All right. He's a college student, right? Professor of psychology at Truman State University. He first invested in Nvidia 2 decades ago, so over 20 years, right? He put in $2,000 into Nvidia shares around 2002. All right. He bought a few more of the shares and later trimmed his position, right? He took some profits. What? Look, no, he didn't take profits. Look, guys, guess what he did? Here's again. He never sold out entirely and hasn't taken any profit since 2008. All right. Guess what, guys? He says that his NVIDIA position is in the north of $1 million here. All right. So, guys, he put $2,000 into NVIDIA in 2002, and his position in NVIDIA now is worth $1 million. That's outstanding, man. We're going to look at this third person right here, Matthew Harris out of Texas here. All right. He saved up $20,000. And then, so he was a lifeguard. All right. And so he was a lifeguard and he wanted to go all in technology stocks. But out of this $20,000, he put 4,000 of it. You see right here, he put 4,000 of it into Nvidia shares. That's those 4,000 shares in Nvidia today. Let's see here. Let's see what that's worth now. Let me scroll down here and that tell us here. It should tell us here. Hold on one sec here. So 4,000. How much is that worth? Um, I don't know if it tell us here. Oh, here it is right here, guys. In all, his Nvidia holdings is in the six figures here. All right. So he did this here. He invested that $4,000 here back in 2018, and his Nvidia position here is over six figures right here. All right. That's pretty awesome. Then we go right here and we look at Deborah Lee. She's out of New York City here. Nvidia is her biggest investment, all right, in her portfolio. She's in the financial services. She's 53 years old, and she first bought Nvidia in 2018. All right. And guys, one thing about Nvidia before it got into artificial intelligence, it was big into video game industries. Now, what Nvidia, how popular it was big on is it helped create like the video game graphics, right? To make it more enhanced. That's what the really Nvidia was like. It's true, like identity was based on in the video game industry. Then it got into like storage, and then now it's just into like artificial intelligence. All right. So if you look at it, she said relative it was a small position for her then, making less than 4% of her portfolio by the end of 2018. If you look at it right here, Nvidia is now the third. Nvidia is the third portfolio worth six figures here. So she got over $100,000 here, right? Into her Nvidia position here. All right. Now, hold on one sec here. I guess my computer here got a little attitude here. Let me go back over here, right? So one thing I want to mention here about her, right? She says she's going to take some profits and then she's going to put that money, some of those money towards real estate investments and paying off some debt. So now she's diversifying some of her assets, and she's still keeping Nvidia, but she's going to take some profits, and she's going to diversify her investments. That's what I like, and that's what I teach. Right? You let your assets to go buy more assets to bring you income to continue to give you generational wealth building here. Right? Okay. This guy right here, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's out of looks like Illinois, if that's Illinois here, right? He's an older gentleman here. All right. He estimated he owned about 300 shares at the time. He first started buying Nvidia, guys, around here, right? 2015, right? Let me see and make sure he remembers. He doesn't remember when he first invested into Nvidia, right? He's an older guy, right? But if you look at it right here, guys, he bought Nvidia for under $4 a share. All right. $4 a share. And if you see this right here, Nvidia's guys around about like I keep saying between 125, 130 here, right? His position Nvidia is worth about $74,000 right here. It's amazing. All right. Then we're gonna go right here. We look at this guy right here. He's out of Iowa right here. All right. He first came across Nvidia here, Jim Cramer on CNBC with Mad Money. All right. He used some of his profits from a stock sale to buy shares of Nvidia in 2019. All right. The stock has risen 3,000% since then, and his Nvidia now is worth more than $100,000. He owned 900 shares of Nvidia here. All right. I think this here is the last one here. This lady here again, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Her first name is Nikki. She's out of Australia. She first started buying Nvidia in her portfolio in 2022. All right. She's put about $36,000 into the stock, and today it's worth around about $200,000 here. All right. So, guys, this is a story here that was published on Wall Street Journal with people just investing into Nvidia, man, well before we did, right? But they took a risk, right? And let me say this, guys: the biggest risk that you take is the biggest risk is the one that you don't take. I want you guys to understand that the biggest risk is the one that you don't take. These people here, man, if they didn't necessarily, Nvidia was only $4 then, couple cents then, and to what it is today, they didn't have no idea that it would grow into what it did today. That's why I tell you guys, let's continue to keep doing what we're doing, planting seeds on good soil, sowing seeds. Guys, people ask me, Sherwin, what's the next Nvidia? You know what I tell them? There's no company like Nvidia other than Apple in itself. Nvidia and Apple, they sit on two different other platforms than these other publicly traded companies in itself. All right. So we're gonna continue to stay locked in. So 4 o'clock tomorrow, guys. After the closing bell, I'm gonna be live right here. All right. I'm gonna be on Facebook. I'm not gonna be on Zoom, I'm gonna be on Facebook. All right. Go to Let's Win Financial Group Facebook page. Follow me there. I'm gonna be showing it on CNBC. Guys, gonna be live report like 4 o'clock. The analyst's gonna be on the whole world really gonna be watching the whole investment world gonna be watching the video because this is like Wall Street, like darling stock. So I'm gonna give you the breakdown. All right. Now here, let me show you this here really quick. This is the numbers that we're looking for tomorrow. All right. This is the numbers that we are looking for tomorrow here. All right. Let me just scroll down here and then guys, we're done. Let me give you the numbers here and then we're gonna be done. All right. Let me give you the numbers here. Okay, so what they are expecting, where's my numbers at? Here we go, right here. All right, here it is, right here. Analysts are expecting a net income of $15 billion. All right, and so what we're expecting is for Nvidia here at $15 billion here that they have brought in income from the last 3 quarters of $15 billion and earnings per share is 65 cents per share. I mean, 65 cents. If that earnings per share, guys, if it come above 65 cents, more than likely we're going to see a nice little run up tomorrow. If that number comes below 65%, we're going to start seeing some pullbacks. And if you guys see pullbacks, do not like be fearful because we're going to face that in investing, guys. All right. But we do expect for Nvidia stock to go up tomorrow at a pretty good percentage. The last four earning reports for Nvidia, that stock has significantly gone up the day after. And so we don't expect anything less tomorrow, considering that there is a huge demand for artificial intelligence chips, and Nvidia is the power behind that there. So guys, you have Nvidias in your portfolios, and we've been teaching you how to own it individually here. So let me log in here, right, and to Fidelity, and then I'm gonna show you guys to where specifically where you go into Fidelity to where you can find out when did you first start buying Nvidia here, or not necessarily just Nvidia, any particular traded company here. It's a very easy to find here into Fidelity here, right? You can also do it on your app on your phone. It's going to kind of like be the same concept here, right? As far as how you will be able to go and see when you bought the video here. All right. So I am just now about to get into the account, and I want to share here with you guys. We are going now to look at how you will be able to see how early did you actually get into your Nvidia position and get in here, right? So let's just do this here. Let me share my screen, and then I'm gonna show you. So when you after you guys log into your account, all right, and you go to your position and you go to your particular stock here, right? So if you go right in here, if you go right in here to and when you look at it like this right here, right? You go into your position and you hit the video right here, right? You go to your purchase history. It's going to show your purchase history right here, right? And if you go right here and you look, November 2021, if you go and look at the bottom, that's when you first started buying that particular position right here. Now, if you go and look, the average cost basis in November 2021, it was right here at $30.48. All right. $30.48 right here. All right. That's very important right here. It's for you guys to go and review this information right here. So that's how you go and you look at your particular position and see how early you have been investing into Nvidia or into any publicly traded company in itself here. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me before we close out tonight? Just want to come in and share that information with you.
Hey, Sharon, it's me, Rodney.
Rodney, how's it going?
Hey, man, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good.
So the question I have for you though is that do you recommend if for some particular reason, hypothetically speaking, I do come across some money, you know, would it be wise to continue putting into Nvidia tomorrow, or continue on the different path that you mentioned before to me on Monday?
Yeah. I would say, Rodney, I wouldn't do it like a lump sum. I would do what we call like a dollar cost average. So if you had like $1,000 you want to put into it, right? I would say, okay, look, maybe 250 this week, 250 the following week. Now, guys, let me just say this right here, right? There is a time. There was one bad performing month on Wall Street. All right. And we getting ready to face it in the next couple days, which is September. Is historically the worst performing month on Wall Street. So we can see Nvidia go up, but then in September we can see it get in the sluggish month, and then we may find some discounts there. But guys, this is the way I kind of look at it, right? We don't want to necessarily time the market. What's most important is time in the market. So when I say time the market, some people will be like, well, sure, when is a good time to get into Nvidia? I tell them it's always the best time to be in Nvidia. It's up, 100%, 160% this year. In December, when I tell you the top investments for 2024, Nvidia was on the list. In 2021, I said the top investment to invest in 2022 was Nvidia. In 2023, in December, I was saying, what's the best investments to invest in for 2023? Nvidia was on that list. So we want to be able to look and have a long-term vision and be able to look and say 3 years from now, if Nvidia is at $350 and we see it now at $126, man, that's crazy. But guys, back in August the 5th, right? Nvidia got down to $90 per share. That's why I be telling you guys when people be panicking and don't want to look at the count and texting me. And I get it because people are brand new and I get it. So I'm here to educate. But there's no time to panic. Those are buying opportunities. As Warren Buffett will say, when there's blood in the streets, we need to be greedy, right? When others are greedy, we need to be fearful. And so we want to take advantage of these buying opportunities like what we saw on August the 5th, because now we're seeing that was a prime opportunity to be able to buy Nvidia at $90 per share, guys. $98 per share. And right now it's at $130. And tomorrow we could easily see Nvidia at $136 to $140 per share in itself. And by the end of the year, we could definitely see Nvidia at $150, $160 per share. I mean, we're talking about another 20% on gains on top of the 160% that it's already been at. And so, guys, I want to say this really quick, and I really am going to be done. There's people at your job when they go there tomorrow, they don't have no idea about Nvidia. Only thing what they're concerned about is getting a check on Friday. But the one thing what you realize is those people that bought Nvidia early, they took a chance. Everyone that's on this phone call tonight, you taking a chance on a future investment towards your future. So I appreciate you guys for coming on and digesting, man, and investing in your future because a lot of you got Nvidia also in your kids' investment accounts. And guys, that's going to pay huge dividends because when we look at Nvidia 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we go back and we say, man, we look at Apple, we look at Amazon, like, man, we wish we'd have bought them. But guys, the second best investment is today, is tomorrow, is to take advantage of those opportunities that are presented to us now. And that's the thing, people that are jobs, right? They don't take that chance. They go on that monopoly board and they go around that board and collect those $200 and then they don't buy any assets. And then guess what? Now, right? They become an asset to someone else. And so, guys, I'm so proud of y'all. I look at Cassandra here, right? Cassandra had a old 401k account with her job. We rolled it over to Fidelity. And man, we got that Fidelity account rocking in itself, man. I go and look at my man Zamara here, who was at church, who was in a financial class that I was teaching. He was big into real estate and said, Sherwin, I want to diversify some of my investments. Man, we got an account set up for him and his family, his kids, man. And what a great opportunity, man, has Nvidia has been a blessing to him and his family. I look at Dr. Francis that's on it. Dr. Francis Augusta. I mentioned him a little bit earlier, man. He got legacy, man. He got a son over here with Let's Win Financial because he's been with me for a while. But Dr. Francis was in the hospital, man. Not knowing if he was gonna make it or not. And a couple weeks ago, I had a pool party at the house in the backyard, and I saw Dr. Francis call me, and the son told me he's in the hospital. Man, I ran upstairs so quick to pick up my phone call, and the night, man, to see Doc on this call, Doc, man, I'm telling you, I'm talking now, man. I'm getting chills, man, because you and I have been working closely together. And Doc, man, has a lot of money invested, has made a bunch of money. And so, Doc, I am so glad to see you, brother. I look at Rodney, man. Rodney, man, is a stapler for our monthly cash flow when it comes to the online surveys. I looked at Rodney portfolio this week. And Rodney portfolio, man, he had it all over the place before he came to Let's Swim Financial. It was all over. No strategy. We looked at it this week. His portfolio up 50%, man. I mean, it's up big, man. I look at people like Martha Pitts here that's on this call. And she just now started working with me just over a few weeks ago. Like many other people who had Martha started out having a Roth IRA with Wells Fargo. I said, no, 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 sweetie. We don't have investment accounts with banks. Banks are banks for a certain reason, right? To manage your money, not your investment. So guess what we did? That money now is on this process over to Fidelity. And Marthia, baby, we about to do the same thing that's happened for the people that I spoke before you. Your account about to do the same thing, sweetie, because you know what? You got a crazy financial educator that's passionate about teaching financial literacy and not necessarily just helping you guys make money, but multiplying the money in itself here. Man, I could talk many about you guys. I talk about my dad. He's the legacy one. My dad was my first client. I started managing his portfolio since 2017. And my, man, what have we seen with that, man? I look at Miss Demetra Scott, and she was with another investment brokerage firm, right? She just rolled over here to Let's Win Financial. We moved out of that brokerage firm. And Miss Scott, I just looked at your account. I'm not sure if you looked at it, sweetie, but You have made quite a significant amount of money over the last month in the first month that we've been together, and it's just now starting in itself here. I got so many testimonies, man, of different people, man, on the amount of money that's been made. I look at David Dilly and Ciandra, that's been with for years, and David, man, Ciandra has done very well. Matter of fact, man, I told Ciandra about Cava, which is CAVA, right? Which is they're competitors of Chipotle. And so I told her about it. I said, hey, look, check them out. And told her, I said, sweetie, you might want to get into it. The next day, man, Carver report their quarterly earnings report. And I think I was telling her texting CC, hey, look, it's up 20%. She said, sure, when I got into it. Man, it's just this is crazy, man, the amount of money that people have made. And guys, again, don't get me twisted, because this is my main message. It's not about the money that we preach about here. It's not about the money. It's about the freedom. It's about the freedom to not be on nobody's clock tomorrow, but the freedom to go to the beach if you want to. The freedom to be in New York if you want to be tomorrow without being on that 9 to 5 clock and asking supervisors, can you take leave Thursday and Friday before Labor Day weekend start? It ain't about the money. It's about the freedom to be able to do what you want to do and spend more time with your kids and your family versus spending more time at your job than you do with your particular family. That's what this is about. It ain't about the money, right? Because that's going to take care of itself. So man, I look at Maya Morgan. Maya here. Maya been with me for a couple of years. Maya invested. She trusted the process. Got her kids invested. I am so proud of you, Maya. Continue to keep doing what you're doing in itself. Cassius Baker, man, from my hometown of Live Oak, Florida. We small town country boys. And Cassius, eh, over 20 plus years in the military, man, killing it. Just set up that Roth, or had a Roth IRA account for well, but just started working with me. And Cassius, I look forward, man, to your particular account, man, to growing and compounding, just as like many others that I spoke about tonight in itself here, man. So this has been good. Any more questions? I'm sorry, guys. I got in my feelings, man, because man, I'm so passionate, man, about Let's Win Financial Community and just being able to be a service to you guys. And I thank you for entrusting me, man. Because I put a lot of time, sweat, and energy into this particular, not business, man, but ministry. This is a ministry for me because I look at this right here, man. For what you guys charging for a monthly subscription, I'll be honest with you. If I had a suit on and a tie, I look at it as pennies. For me, it's I have to charge a little something because guess what? It's 9 o'clock and I could be putting my kids to bed, but I'm taking that sacrifice to do that. I take time away. But this is a ministry for me, man. God has been good to me and my family. And I can't sit back and hold information in that God has blessed me with and not being able to bless the Let's Win Financial community. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I got in my feelings. We'll take one more question and then we're in and out. And Dewan, I am going to send you the tax planning information. I do apologize. I see that you're on here. I'll get that to you for sure tomorrow. All right. One more question and we're going to be good.
Sharon, this is Maya, and you may have answered it in the 2 minutes that I had to go tend to the boys. But
Mhm.
if if Nvidia does go down tomorrow, do you recommend that we go ahead and use that as a sale to purchase more, or
Yeah.
just continue to do our normal cadence of buying it?
Yeah. So, like for instance, I know you do your normal dollar cost average on a monthly basis, but if we do see an opportunity where that stock go down, say 10% tomorrow, hey, that take advantage of that selling that opportunity because if it does go down, I can guarantee 100%, 7% tell you right. This time next year, Nvidia will not be the same price as it is now, and I don't mean it's going to be down; it's going to be up because, as I've been talking about, and you guys been hearing, interest rates are getting ready to start getting cut in September, and we're going into a very big economic boom. So stocks are going to be performing well next year as well, along with indexes fund. All right. Okay, guys, I don't want to be long tonight. 9:36. If you got one more question, I'll take that. If not, we're going to end this session because I'm gonna be back on live tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. Now I'm not gonna be on Zoom. If you're not on Facebook, I recommend you go and get Let's Win Financial Group Facebook page because you miss out on daily financial wealth gems that I'm putting out. Tomorrow, live on Facebook, you're going to see live by live to the minute. I'm going to be sharing, here's what we should be watching with the video. Then they're going to come out with the information, and then I'm going to do analysis with it, and we're going to watch it. Tomorrow's going to be a great session. And so I'm looking forward to it. Derek, I see you. You got your video up. Do you have a question? You on mute if you do.
Oh no, I didn't have a question. I had just been fighting all day to get this video setting correct, and it's finally
Oh,
popped for me.
I
I
got you.
apologize.
No worries. No worries. Okay. All right, family. Well, you guys be well, be blessed. And as always, let's continue to win. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a blessed one.